All right, today I want to go over the deadlift so that you guys can understand some points of performance on the deadlift, pick the weight up safely, lift the weight safely, reap all the benefits without any of the injuries that sometimes come along with improper movement on deadlifting. First things first, I want to be as close to the floor as possible. That's going to shorten the range of motion. It's also going to allow me to really ground my feet into the earth and create that torque that's needed to power the bar off the ground. So if you can take your shoes off, take your shoes off. Otherwise, very minimalistic shoes would be ideal for this movement. Once my feet are set, I'm gonna get about hip width stance. So it's gonna be a little bit more narrow than my squat stance. I want my heels just underneath my hips. From there, I'm gonna slightly turn my toes out. So I'm gonna be about, 10 degrees of external rotation. Once I'm set up with my feet, I can then grip the ground with my big toe, my little toe, and my heel. I want even distribution throughout the movement, throughout my foot. Once my stance is established, I'm gonna then hinge over at the hip and grip the barbell. On my grip for the bar, I wanna be just outside of my legs. So if I go any wider and get set, that's gonna lengthen the pull. If I go any more narrow, my arms then get in the way of my legs. So I want to create a good grip on the bar. Usually that's about a thumb's width away from that knurling line. That way my knees are still inside of my arms and they're not pressing into my arms. Remember, we're thinking efficiency here, so I'm going to create the shortest range of motion as possible, which will in turn allow myself to lift the weight as efficiently as possible and lift the most weight as possible. From here, my hands will be set. I will then pull my hips back and down into my setup position. From here, I want my shoulders above my hips, above my knees. So as I'm set, I should have kind of a push-play triangle created by my shoulder, hip, and knee. Once my hips are back and down, I've created that torque and tension. I want to think about pulling my shoulders down from my ears and really engaging my lats. A good cue is to think about protecting your armpits or maybe hiding your armpits from those around you. Once I've done that, pull my shoulders down. I'm going to then press the floor away from me. So I'm going to push into the ground with my big toe, little toe, and heel as I stand the weight up. Once I've established a good lockout position, I want to make sure my shoulders are down from my ears, my rib cage is pulled down, tummy is tight, butt's tight. And then to rebound reps, I want to shave the bar down my quads, keeping it close to my shins, pressing right back away. When you think about foot pressure, I want to maintain that same foot pressure with my big toe, little toe, and heel all connected to the ground throughout the entire movement. Hips back, bar close, press right back out. Deadlift is seen a lot of times as a big pulling movement. But what we want to do is allow your legs to actually push the floor away from you versus pulling with your back. A lot of times people will think I got to pull the bar off the ground, utilizing my low back, when in reality you want to utilize your leg strength and drive the floor away from you. This will engage your quads and your glutes much more than your low back. Also, keeping the bar nice and close and the shoulders down will help build your lats and give you a nice strong shoulder position.